Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day, thanks to viewers, supporters, and now sponsors just like you. And we've got to give a shout out to Taylor NYC4. I guess 3 was taken. That's an old one. Sorry, buddy. Thank you so much for supporting EPN. Your support means everything to us. We got you this rundown. The Mega Man series is about to turn things up to 11. Yesterday, during a special live stream to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the franchise, you feel old now, Capcom announced an all-new game called Mega Man 11. As the title implies, it's the 11th game in the classic Mega Man series, although as you can see, the visual style has been updated. The new game will use 3D characters and environments, but maintain the classic side-scrolling gameplay of the original, a formula that's sometimes called 2.5D. Mega Man himself has also been redesigned slightly to make him look more realistic, and he'll also change color depending on what weapon you have equipped. As for how hard the game will be, Mega Man 11 will offer a punishing difficulty level similar to the old games, although don't worry, there will also be a variety of easier difficulty options for novice players. Mega Man fans have been waiting long enough for a new game. With the exception of a few mobile titles and HD collections, there hasn't really been a new Mega Man game since the release of Mega Man 10 in 2010. That game used the same 8-bit style of the NES Mega Man game, so it will be interesting to see how the new game does with its more modern visual style. It's slated to launch in late 2018 and will be available on the PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch, making it the first new Mega Man game for the Nintendo platform. Although it's not the only Mega Man game coming to the Switch. Capcom is digging into their back catalog because after announcing Mega Man 11, they also announced that the 2 existing Mega Man Legacy collections, which consolidate the first 10 games in the main series, will debut on the Nintendo Switch in spring 2018. This will give players a good way to hone their skills leading up to the release of the new 11th installment. On top of that, Capcom is also working on ports for all 8 of the Mega Man X games, which were first released from 1994 to 2005. The new versions of those games will be coming to the Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC in summer 2018. Capcom has a long and proud history of milking those old Mega Man games, but the fact that we're getting an all-new one is really cool. Some very strange news about the future of the Star Trek franchise has come in over the subspace channels. J.J. Abrams is reportedly developing a new Star Trek film with none other than Quentin Tarantino. Seriously. Variety, The Hollywood Reporter, and Deadline all claim that Tarantino has pitched an original idea for a new Trek film to Abrams, one of his longtime friends, and the pair have now brought the idea to Trek film distributor Paramount, where it's currently in the early stages of development. No details about Tarantino's idea have been revealed, but whatever it is, Paramount apparently likes it so much they've assembled a writer's room to flesh out the concept, while Tarantino and Abrams continue working on their next directorial efforts, both of which are due out in 2019. If the new Star Trek film really does become a reality, Tarantino will serve as co-writer and producer and possibly even direct, which, aside from Abrams, would make him the most high-profile filmmaker to ever tackle the franchise. None of this has actually been confirmed by the studio, and it wouldn't be the first time Tarantino's name has been associated with a big franchise. He previously stated that he wanted to helm a James Bond movie, only for that to never actually happen. So the possibility of him actually directing a Star Trek film seems a little far-fetched. Still, there are a few things that make it plausible. Since all 3 of the big trade papers are currently reporting that the project is already in the early stages of development, it means that it's not just another Tarantino pipe dream. Also, Tarantino has long stated his desire to direct a science fiction film, and he's been an outspoken fan of the Star Trek franchise in particular, even referencing it several times in his previous films.
Who's dressed like she's a villain on Star Trek.
This, and the fact that Abrams is on board, means that a Tarantino-directed Star Trek film might actually become a reality.
Tell me more.
So if it really does happen, what can audiences expect? On several different occasions, Tarantino has publicly stated that his favorite Trek story is a TNG episode called Yesterday's Enterprise, where an alternate reality version of the Enterprise crew sacrifices themselves to restore the timeline to the way it should be. The thing that makes this episode interesting is that it examines what the concepts of duty, sacrifice, and loss mean in a universe where there are multiple different versions of everyone. Since the Abrams-produced Trek films take place in their own alternate timeline, this could indicate that Tarantino's movie might explore the same territory and perhaps even see the new versions of the characters interact with more of their classic universe counterparts. This would be interesting territory that the new films haven't really explored in depth, but keep in mind that this is just speculation on our part.
Not good enough, damn it! Not good enough!
We do know that Tarantino's movies are much more violent and stylized than what you'd expect from Star Trek, so he might have to tone things down a bit if he takes the director's chair. Then again, the new TV series Star Trek Discovery isn't afraid to be a little violent, or use profanity.
Guys, this is so fucking cool.
Or have an overabundance of pop music, so maybe Tarantino's style could work.
I'm not sure I can distinguish the Romulan language from Vulcan.
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Whatever happens, it's clear that Paramount wants to breathe new life into the Trek film series. The last two movies underperformed at the box office, but as the recent success of Discovery demonstrates, there's always a way to revive the franchise and make it relevant again. We'll just have to wait and see if Quentin Tarantino is the one to do it. The horrific Five Nights at Freddy's game franchise is back with a brand new one, but it's a secret. The franchise's creator Scott Cawthon released a free new game yesterday called Freddy Fazbear's Pizzaria Simulator. On the surface, it appears to be just a simple 8-bit spin-off, which is all that's revealed in the marketing material. Once you actually start playing, however, you soon realize that there's a lot more. The 8-bit game quickly turns into a full-fledged 3D adventure game, just like the previous Five Nights at Freddy's, complete with all the jump scares that fans love. This basically means that Scott Cawthon developed a new Five Nights at Freddy's game and released it in secret, which is certainly a unique and unexpected way to launch a game. This is especially surprising because earlier this year, Cawthon announced that he was putting the franchise on hold and canceling the unreleased Five Nights at Freddy's Part 6, which was apparently a clever form of misdirection on his part. It's unclear how much, if any, of Five Nights at Freddy's 6 might have found its way into this new game. This isn't the only new Freddy's Tale on the way. Blumhouse Productions, the studio behind horror films like Paranormal Activity and Get Out, is currently working on a big screen movie based on the games. No release window has been given. Disney might be getting closer to buying up one of their biggest rivals. The entertainment giant that already owns Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm, and others might acquire 20th Century Fox sooner than expected. The rumors first surfaced last month, and now CNBC reports that Disney is closing in on the deal, and they could make an official announcement as early as next week. This would give Disney control of Fox film franchises like Aliens, as well as their various television networks like FX and the Fox Channel, which includes the rights to The Simpsons. All of those franchises are obviously very valuable, but the ones that Disney is most interested in are the film rights to the X-Men franchise, Deadpool, and Fantastic Four, which Fox has owned for the last few decades. Since Disney owns Marvel, it would consolidate all those characters under the same roof and open the door for them appearing in the shared Marvel Cinematic Universe. Keep in mind that the deal hasn't been signed yet, so it could fall apart, but we'll let you know when more details come in. It's official, House of Cards won't be giving its concession speech just yet. Netflix has announced that the political drama will be back for a 6th and final season. Chief Content Officer Ted Sarandos made the announcement while speaking at a recent media conference, where he denied the recent rumors about the show's cancellation and promised that it will return for a final season next year. Best of all, Sarandos has also confirmed that the final season will see Robin Wright in the lead role, with her character, Claire Underwood, having just been sworn in as president at the end of season 5.
My turn.
This follows weeks of real-life behind-the-scenes turmoil that seems even more complicated and twisted than the show itself. Netflix suspended production of the new season after troubling sexual assault allegations surfaced against star Kevin Spacey and announced that they're proceeding without him. Then rumors surfaced that they were just going to cancel the show altogether and skip making that last season, so fans will be thankful that they're not going to do that. Seeing Robin Wright in the lead role should be pretty cool, although it's unclear how the new season will account for the absence of Spacey as Frank Underwood.
That leader needs to be stopped.
The writers will probably find a good way to get rid of him. That's it for the Rundown today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new episode for you. In the meantime, check out some of the other content that we've made. If you dig it, hit that subscribe button. You got to hit that little bell as well. And if you're so inclined, hit that sponsorship button too.